Hello, my name is Amber Villanueva and I am 29 years old, but I am turning 30 years old May 28th and I am from Clark Summit, Pennsylvania. For you today, I've decided to make 4 lovely dishes. So for my main course, we will be making a beef Wellington, a show-stopping beef Wellington, and for my green, I'm going to make a balsamic Brussels sprout, and for my starch, we are going to do garlic potatoes with rosemary, and then just because I want to do a focaccia bread where I get to kind of show you my artistic side and kind of design a little bit on top of the focaccia bread. And I have not made any of these meals before, so this is going to be my first time making any of this, and I'm excited to see what we create today. All right, let's get started. So I got my recipes from the BuzzFeed Tasty app. I've always wanted to try them, and I'm really excited to use this today and get started. So since we are on a time crunch, we're gonna start off with making the focaccia bread. So I'm gonna also be watching the recipes as we are making this. 1 tablespoon of yeast, right? Active dry yeast. All right. 1 tablespoon. Okay. This is 1 tablespoon. Just making sure. All right. So 1 tablespoon yeast, 1 tablespoon honey. Let me get that honey. You just came straight from the grocery store, so everything is super fresh. Oh, hold on. Yeah, let me just kind of put that in there. I don't know if I'm supposed to be mixing it or what, so. Breaded flour, 1/2 cup. Ooh. Okay, good. I kind of feel like I just want to add like a tiny bit more honey. I do love honey. All right, there we go. All right, 1/2 cup of flour into the pot. Are we sure this is enough?
Did you use?
Yeah, this is 1/2 cup.
Of flour? It says 2.5 cups.
Where?
Flour, 2.5 cups. Did you use a 1/2 cup?
I did a 1/2 cup, so
Yeah,
let's do 2 more.
Geez.
All right. That's a quick fix. We just gotta get more flour. Honestly, I think the easiest thing for me is going to be pouring this bag into here.
What?
Hold on. Get that good flour. So we're gonna do 2 full cups. Just 1 more.
Is this 1 cup?
That was 1 cup, yes. This is 1 cup. And 1 more cup. It's a bit too cute. Oh, this is the consistency we definitely want, you know.
Yeah, you just do it off that. Oh,
Oh my god. I somehow knew this thing was not gonna hold up. We just gotta let it sit for 20 to 30 minutes. Alright. This should be good. Let's let it sit for 20, 30. Ooh. Now let's get our lovely saran wrap. Get that baby open.
what are you doing? Like this has a, it's like, Jesus. You do it. Oh my, yo.
Oh shoot. What are you talking about?
Have you never opened saran wrap before? Have you ever opened anything that comes in a roll
It's not
and has a
opening,
box that
though.
cuts it? Because you ripped it open at the top like a savage.
It should be fine. We'll be fine. Luckily we have scissors, so I don't even need that. We're gonna start on the beef Wellington. I have all my ingredients here. We have garlic, shallots, mushrooms, salt, pepper, mustard, butter, oil. Our mushrooms are all washed, you know. I mean, they do got a little bit of dirt.
Just go with it.
Are you sure?
Yep.
All right, so we are going to slice these mushrooms. So I have to show my, it said to cut it in a fine, thinly. Thin, diced mushies. I'm gonna just cut this last mushroom, and I think that's a good amount of mushrooms. So the recipe calls for 1 pound of mushrooms. So I'm thinking this is gonna be a good amount. All right. So we're waiting for the oven to preheat. A little dance. All right, ready? Okay, now we can get back to the focaccia bread. So it was sitting for 30 minutes. All right. Now we're gonna do 5 teaspoons of oil. 5 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 tablespoon of salt. And we are gonna let it get in there. And we're gonna do 2 more cups of flour. We're gonna put 1 more tablespoon of the flour because. And now we got a real mixer. All right, now I'm gonna get to the kneading part. I need to put the flour on. I should have put that first. Can't get off my hands. That is way too much.
Remember 10 minutes ago when your mom told us how your dad and sister are allergic to raw flour in its raw state? Just stop moving. Why are you moving that? Leave that exactly where you are. I don't know why you're walking with a landmine of a flour on the table. Like,
You're supposed to flour before you pull it out. You know that, right?
Hmm?
You're supposed to put flour on before you pull it out.
I did put flour on here.
Well, it's sticking all over your hands, girl.
I know. Should I put more flour on my hands?
I don't know. I'm not getting involved.
The whole time. I need to mix my shallots real quick. So now we're just gonna cover it and let this sit. It said let it sit for about 2 hours. We are having the shallot, the onions, the mushrooms in the oven. We're just gonna put the bread for the 2 hours in the microwave. I'm putting a timer on Zerk. Ding! Alright, so we have our mushrooms. I'm definitely gonna let that cool down a little bit. The point was to take out the moisture from the shallots, and I think we definitely achieved that. We definitely achieved taking out the moisture from the mushrooms. We've all been waiting for. We are going to cut the meat. Okay, so now, so from the video I'm watching, it's saying we're gonna cut from here to here. We just want this center cut. So, really gonna get my knife scales in there. All right, and then we're gonna save this other parts of the beef for another time. And here we go. We got our center cut. It calls for the recipe. We are going to truss the meat. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times the length of the meat. So I'm going to cut that. And from here, I'm going to tie a knot at the end. Tie a knot, and then it says go through the length of my hand, make a circle.
you got it.
There we go. Haha. there, and it's supposed to be an inch apart. Some in my hand. It said, season generously. Can you hand me that salt grater?
Which one? This one?
Okay, that's enough on the salt. Now let's get to our pepper. Mom, you don't have any ground pepper already? That's like already ground?
Grounded already?
Yeah, there's barely anything coming out of it, so. I love pepper. Definitely gonna get in on that with the seasoning.
Pretty peppery.
Good, because I like it spicy. Alright. So far, so it's looking great. Like, I'm feeling really good about this. So now we're gonna sear. And then we're gonna now we're cooking. All right, now we are going to cut some shallots and garlic to pair with the mushrooms. It's definitely burning. Alright, so I'm gonna say this is enough shallots. We have a good amount of shallots that we can add to our mushrooms. I always hate decloving garlic. I'm like, there's gotta be an easier way to do this. I'm gonna start off with these because I'm getting kind of tired of peeling garlic. And we'll see how we feel, if I need to add more or where we're at.
Ooh.
All right, so now we are going to deglaze. And now we are going to add in our mushrooms. All right. So I think we're gonna get started on our lime. Our honey, I think it's a honey balsamic Brussels sprout, and we're gonna do lime potatoes. There we go. That. All right, great. So our potatoes are at, our oven is preheated at the 450 degrees that we need it for. Just gonna try to get some more rosemary in there. All right, and now I'm gonna put it into this. So we're gonna put it in for 25 minutes. Alexa, start timer for 25 minutes.
T-minus second timer, 25 minutes, starting now.
All right, and now we are going to put in our prosciutto. Yum. There like that. All right, great. And now I'm gonna take our mushrooms, our shallots, and our onions that we're deglazing, and I'm going to layer it on up top. So good. All right. Oh. I didn't get that far yet.
And then we're gonna roll the plastic in it.
Roll it up. All right. Now I get to decorate the focaccia bread.
Where's my new credit card? What?
Your digits last word is no, probably was just gonna tell me you can't do it, because it's on me, don't do that.
making sure it's all sauced up. All right. This is my first time working with puff pastry, so this is a very novice try, and I'm excited to see how it goes. All right. Great. Oh yes, they are done.
Beautiful.
Now roll it up.
Did your recipe tell you how many sheets to use?
No. Should I use more sheets?
There you go.
Oh shoot, I did the Brussels sprouts too long. My timing was a little bit off for the Brussels.
I think that focaccia's about.
The focaccia is done. Yay! What if I dropped it? After all that work.
Biff Wellington, also called Beef Wellington, was born in Calgary on April 18, 1965.
A person?
Alexa, tell me some fun facts about the food Beef Wellington.
Here's something I found on the web. While healthiness depends on personal health considerations, 5 ounces of beef Wellington has 56% of the daily recommended intake of saturated fat, 28.6% of the daily recommended intake of cholesterol, and 10.7% of the daily recommended intake of sodium. Did that answer your question?
Yes, Alexa, thank you.
Thanks for your feedback.
Which side do you want? I like it. Extra crispy.
So, what do you think?
That's a lot of fat.
It's at 140. I kind of want to get it out of the sauce, this oil.
Okay, leave it for a little bit because it's too hot and it's gonna splatter.
Our lime potatoes. And on the side, that is a truffle oil dip. All right, worst cooks in America. I hope you choose me as America's worst cook. these are my plates, my presentations. My tasters today will be Zach, my boyfriend, and my mother, Ashley.
It's flavorful, but it did come apart from the casing. I think it's a little crunchy. And a little dry.
Going for the focaccia. Went kind of salty.
I went too heavy on the salt.
I think you might have over seasoned it.
All right.
Okay, your dish, when it comes to presentation, I would say that the presentation could have been better. Just seems like everything was put together all in one plate. Maybe I would have put the focaccia on the side as a side dish, not everything together. As for, how did I like it? Well, I have some comments. Your Brussels sprouts were overcooked, a little on the charred side. The focaccia bread didn't taste like focaccia. It was like a pizza dough type of taste to it. So it was a little on the hard side. It didn't have that texture that focaccia would have. Now the beef Wellington, definitely will not eat it again. To me, the beef Wellington, at least my portion, was dry. It was overly seasoned. And the crust that's on the outside of the steak was charred pretty much, that it came apart. Once I went to cut the steak fell out of the shell.
Right.
Okay. And the potatoes, they were undercooked. They were hard, very salty for some reason, and the lime was overpowering. So it was kind of hard to really distinguish like the other ingredients that you had in there, if you had the onions that you cut and stuff within the potatoes, because that was kind of burnt, but the potatoes were not cooked fully. And let me see what else that you had on your plate. I think that was pretty much what I covered. I covered everything that you had on your plate. Will I eat that again? Probably not. But it was an experience. It was nice to see you cook. Even though you smoked my kitchen out 3 times. Thank God we have doors that we can circulate the air. But anyway, I definitely think you would be a great candidate for the worst cooks in America, because you do have a lot of learning to do.
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah, for 6 hours of work, I'm really impressed by the effort, but I'm genuinely surprised at how much I don't like it, unfortunately. And I really do genuinely think that you would be a great candidate to learn to cook better.
Do you still think you're the chef of the house?
I know for a fact that I'm the chef of the house.
Do you think you could have done a better job than me if you cooked it?
Yeah, definitely. It was complicated, you know. It's definitely, you know, an intimidating recipe for somebody that's not really used to being in the kitchen.
Do you think I handled the pressure well of cooking something I haven't done before?
I mean, you handled super efficient, you know, 6 hours crushing that out, you know.
All right.
I don't know. You know, what was the question?
Do you think I handle the pressure well
Do I think you handled
of cooking
the pressure
something so
well?
complex for the first time?
You had your moments where you almost cracked.
Yeah, I had my moments where I almost cracked.
6 hours is a long time
Yeah,
to
it's a
cook.
long time
You
to
know,
be
so
cooking.
Yeah, it is.
I think you handled it. I think that if you put your mind to it, you could do better, and that this showed a lot of, you know,
But I definitely could use a lot of work.
it's bad.
It's bad.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, worst cooks in America, there you have it. And I am done today. I'm taking off my apron.